one of the things we like to do is walk along the River Thames.
Yeah, the Thames has the longest riverside walk in Europe. And for this week's podcast on English.com, I'm asking Richard some questions about the famous river.
Okay, fire away, Jackie.
Is it the longest river in the UK?
No, I think the Avon is longer.
The River Severn is the
The
longest.
Severn, that's the one I was thinking of, sorry.
Yeah, 220 miles, where the Thames is 215 miles. The Thames River, in some parts, has another name. What is it?
Isis. It's
Yeah.
called Isis in Oxford.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
No. Now, as we know, the river has loads and loads of bridges, over 200. How many tunnels does it have?
I know it has at least 2 tunnels, probably 3 tunnels. There's you can walk underneath the Thames. I know that in London. And there's the London Underground Tunnel.
No, but hold on, this is about the whole river, Richard, not just in London. The River
right.
Thames.
Oh, I don't know if it's got any tunnels outside London.
27.
Wow.
I know. Yeah, I was surprised by that. How many bridges in central London, the London bridges, do you know how many there are?
There must be at least 5.
21. Okay, the original London Bridge was the first bridge to cross the Thames. It was built in 50 AD. Who built it?
The Romans.
And what material did they use? Wood, stone, or concrete?
I think that's a trick question. Concrete.
It's wood. Right. Built in 1894, Tower Bridge is the most famous. As you know, it opens up to let the tall boats go through. How often does it open on average every day?
Twice.
How do you know that?
Guess.
That was a guess. Okay. Now, any boat or ship which is taller than 9 metres, 30 feet, has to ask for the bridge to be raised. How much do you think the boats pay to raise the bridge?
I think a lot. I think it's a lot of money. £500.
It's free. Which is the newest bridge in London?
The Millennium Bridge.
The date?
It wasn't built in 2000. I think it was a couple of years later.
2002. The longest bridge?
Blackfriars Bridge.
It's Waterloo Bridge.
Right.
Okay, now this is the funniest bit about the river, right, Richard? In 1251, the King of Norway gave King Henry III an animal as a present. Now, the animal was kept in the Tower of London, but sometimes, when it was very hot, it was allowed to swim in the river. Do you know what the animal was?
From Norway, a stag.
It's a polar bear.
Oh, goodness. Well, I didn't get very many of them right, did I? But I will say that it's one of the best things to do in London, simply walking along the banks of the River Thames.
And in 2024, it's the Chinese Year of the Dragon.
Yes, but for this week's podcast on English.com, we're asking, what is a dragon? I mean, it's not a real animal, is it?
No, it's not real. It's a mythical creature that appears in stories. It's made up of different animals, so the body is...
A lizard. A large lizard with wings. I think bat wings.
Richard, that is a dragon, but not a Chinese dragon. You're thinking of the Welsh dragon.
Yes, the Welsh dragon. There's a red dragon on the Welsh flag.
Or you're thinking of St. George and the dragon. Now, these are Western dragons.
Right, okay, so the Chinese dragon is different then.
Yeah, okay, think about Chinese dragon dancers. There's something very different.
No wings. They don't have any wings.
Yeah, and it's more of a snake, I think, than a lizard.
But does it breathe fire? Western dragons always have fire coming out of their mouths.
I don't know. I don't think so. Also, in the West, dragons are evil, aren't they? But that's not the case in the East.
Yes. And also, it's interesting that the dragon is the only mythical creature in the Chinese zodiac. The others are all real.
Yeah. Now, there are, of course, other mythical creatures. For example, unicorn. What is a unicorn?
Yes, the unicorn. Now, that's a white horse.
Or sometimes a goat-like animal.
With a single long straight horn.
Yeah. Now, one difference between the unicorn and the dragon is that people did think that unicorns were real, including Marco Polo. He said he saw one.
Really?
Yeah. Now he said they were ugly, looked like elephants, and had a short single horn. They liked being in the mud.
That sounds like a rhinoceros.
Exactly. Now, we said there's a dragon on the Welsh flag. Did you know, Richard, that the unicorn is the national animal of Scotland?
I didn't know, not at all.
I know. Okay. What's the national animal of England?
England.
Think about the football team.
The lion.
So in the past, people thought that the unicorn was the enemy of the lion. So the Scots chose the unicorn because the English had the lion.
No, he didn't like the English.
No. And if you remember, there's this children's rhyme.
The lion and the unicorn fighting for the crown. I didn't understand what that was all about.
Yeah, so when England and Scotland joined together, the symbols, the lion and the unicorn, joined together too, sharing the crown.
Oh, right, okay, that's interesting.
It is, isn't it?
So these are not real animals, but they're very interesting. Which is your favourite mythical creature?